Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Blender series. Today we're taking a quick look at file formats and breaking them down to see the different ways Blender can import and export your work. Each format has a purpose, a strength, and a set of limitations, and knowing which one to use saves you time, headaches, and broken scenes. Now, understanding these formats is genuinely important. Knowing when to use Alembic, USD, OBJ, STL, or any of the others can save you a lot of time and prevent a lot of frustration, especially when you're moving assets between different software. This video is just a brief overview because if we tried to cover every format in detail right here, this episode would be nearly 3 hours long. So instead, I've created a dedicated playlist on the channel where we break down each format individually, what it is, when to use it, the pros and cons, and the common pitfalls to avoid, along with a practical showcase of the import-export process. If you want a deeper dive, check out that playlist as the clips on your screen are segments of those videos. But for now, think of this as a short and practical guide, and let's take a quick look at the landscape of file formats and why they matter. The first file format we'll look at is Alembic. So we use this when our animation or simulation is final. We need stable baked results. And what it does better than other file formats is it plays back smoothly because everything is pre-calculated and there is zero risk of rigs or constraints breaking because they don't exist with it. So just think of it as a locked-in animation cache perfect for final shots. Our second file format is USD, which stands for Universal Scene Description. So we use this when we're working with complex scenes, we want to preserve hierarchy, materials, cameras and lights, and we want to keep things editable across multiple applications. What it does better than other file formats is it handles entire scenes and not just meshes, and it keeps things organised and layered. Our third file format is SVG. So there's two ways to import this with Blender. You can either use Blender's own data type, which is a grease pencil, or you can import it as curves. So one is more of a 2D in a 3D space, the other one is 3D in a 3D space. So we use this when we're bringing in logos, icons, UI shapes or diagrams. You want clean vector lines and you need editable strokes or curves. What it does better than others is it's perfect for motion graphics, you have infinite resolution, and it converts cleanly into grease pencil or curves. And one way of thinking of it is it's the best way to bring 2D vector art into Blender. OBJ is our fourth file format, and we use this when we want simple static geometry and we want maximum compatibility. So we can use this as well for exporting for 3D printing. And what it does better than other file formats is it's extremely predictable, it's supported by almost every 3D tool, and it's great for clean, static meshes. POY is our fifth file format, and we use this when we're working with 3D scans. We need vertex colors or point clouds, or we just want clean single object storage. What it does better than other file formats is it stores vertex colors and transparency, it handles point clouds better than OBJ or FBX, and one way to think of it is it's the scanning and photogrammetry format. STL is our sixth file format, and we use this when we're preparing models for 3D printing. We only need geometry and we want small, simple files. What it does better than other file formats is it's universally recognised by slicers used for 3D printing, it's lightweight, and it's great for prototypes. You can just think of this one as the 3D printing standard. Our seventh file format is going to be FBX, and we use this when we're exporting animation, when we also need rigs, weights and constraints, and when you're moving characters between applications. What it does better than other file formats is it supports animation, skinning, cameras and lights. It works well in game engines, and for example it beats OBJ because OBJ is basically more static and FBX again is animated. BVH is an interesting file format, and that comes in at number 8, and we use this when we're working with motion capture. You need the skeleton and animation only, or for when you're retargeting animation. What it does better than other file formats is it's simple, lightweight mocap data, it's easy to retarget, and it's human readable. It's best to probably think of this one as the mocap skeleton format. GLTF or GLB will be the last file format that we look at, and we use this when we're exporting for real-time use. You need fast loading and small file sizes, and you're targeting web, AR, VR or game engines. What it does better than other file formats is it has excellent PBR material support, it's got efficient animation, and GLB packs everything into one file. Think of it as the JPEG of 3D, it's basically lightweight and portable. And that brings us to the end of this quick overview of Blender's import and export formats. Each of these formats has a very specific purpose. Some are built for animation, some are designed for scene exchange, some are perfect for clean static meshes, and others are made for real-time or 3D printing. Knowing which one to use and why makes your workflow smoother and helps you avoid a lot of unnecessary problems when moving assets between different tools. So, just to recap the big picture, Alembic is your go-to for final baked animation and simulation. USD is ideal for complex scenes and multi-application pipelines. SVG is perfect for clean vector artwork, whether you're turning it into grease pencil strokes or editable curves. OBJ is great for simple, static geometry and universal compatibility. PLY shines in 3D scanning and point cloud workflows. STL is the standard for 3D printing. FBX is built for rigs, animation and character workflows. BVH is used for motion capture, skeletons and retargeting. And GLTF and GLB are designed for real-time web, AR and VR. So, in summary, some formats are better than others in different use cases, such as Alembic is great for final animation, but if you want an editable rig, then use FBX for example. Another one is STL is great for 3D printing, but OBJ can be used for multi-color printing. And it doesn't automatically triangulate your mesh. Some files do have overlap, which is fine, but some have features others don't carry with them. If you want to have a deeper dive into any of these, there's a full playlist on the channel where we break down each format individually, what it is, when to use it, and the common pitfalls to avoid. So if you're curious about a specific workflow or you want to see practical examples, definitely check those out. Thank you for watching, and I'll either see you there or I'll see you in the next one.